Alright, welcome to Custom Game, and now we are on Paradrop Republic between two experienced players. On the right side we have Obiek, Blue Soviets, and on the left side we have Alvente, the Yellow Empire. The reason I wanted to watch this game because I know that Alvente, he is really experienced player. Like, if I remember correctly, he should have like 15,000 games. He's an active player, he usually plays, and Obiek is also experienced player as well. He knows what he's doing with Soviets. I really can't remember how much games he played, but whenever I see him playing, he usually knows what he's doing. So we get to see some bears spawning and Flag Trooper accompanying Engineer on the top of the oil derrick, expecting a dojo perhaps to try to steal his own oil derrick. Meanwhile, Alvente going for his own oil derrick and probably to hit OBX oil derrick as well. A triple early refinery approach, well, that's quite risky. But against Soviets it can work, because Soviets can't really pull a heavy aggression on early game. Now Bear is now camping next of the Dojo Core. Knowing that that's not going to work, Obiek now quickly scouting for the top. I think he expects maybe a triple refinery opening. Come on. But he knows it. He saw it. Now both sides have got their own oil derricks, but this engineer... Okay, so he wants to have this observation post. Wow, that's a bit sick, Michael, I have to say. However, he couldn't prevent Alvente getting the observation post. But this dojo core still stands, so this refinery can be taken away. We can see Obiek is now slowly, I think, crawling to top perhaps, or at a point he may... Okay, he's going for the top for expansion. Also got an engineer, either to steal Alvin's own oil derrick, some conscripts, I think to occupy these garrison slots, which can be nice, so he can bother this expansion point. Dojo Core is now camping on the sea. When the time is right, I think he will come here and take it away. Engineer must be in this bullfrog as well. Oh, Tango has arrived. Okay, he really wants to have this oil derrick. So the answer of the Obiek, Terror Drone and the Sickle is here. I don't... well... Okay, this is will be paying off. So harassment has begun. Well, that's interesting. Usually the Empire is the one who harasses the collectors first. Well, this is going to be cool. You get to see both sides are now swapping their own oil derricks. Oh, Hammer Tank is on the field. You can actually crush the... Okay, very nice. So this Tengu will go for nothing, and from here we see Collector has been taken, and this Tengu wrestling with the... Oh, a Tank Buster. Just quickly go to Kerosene. And I wonder if he had Terror Surprise. No, he has a cash bounty. Which is fine, I saw the cash bounty mark over here. Anyway, so Tengu is here with a low HP. Burst Drone has been taken down, and Obiek also takes a top spot, leaving a sentry gun over here, which is quite nice. An engineer. At this point, I think you may not need even a bullfrog, but you can always go for a safer path. That would be the safest way to do, just drop the engineer with the bullfrog. I don't think any Tengu will be there. Or maybe I'm mistaken. You get to be quick, or this engineer, your engineer will be sniped very soon, even in the mid-air perhaps. Okay, not. My man, he's going to harass you, just steal the oil derrick. That's very low HP. Like even a conscript can now take down this Mecha Tengu. Oh, just drop the engineer. Okay, that's nice. Last minute save. Ah, well, that's you can't pass over there, right? Oh, that's unfortunate. But most of the game is now played. Oh, a lot of VXs has arrived. Any bullfrog nearby? There's a bullfrog, but oh, so close, so close. Scouts are being taken. Engineer is now midair. These VXs, well, they are now possessing a huge threat because most of the army of the OBX is now consisting of hammer tanks and bullfrogs. There are no mix. This means quite simple, you have to invest on an airfield. Okay, so this will settle this oil derrick stealing. Ashman, okay, very nice. Now he gets a 500 cost of engineer cost at least. A relief. Tesla coil, but you can also use a flak cannon as well. But it's actually nice because our guy now, Obek, is taking the 4th refinery. And tier 3 attempt from the Alvente. And also we get to see Yuriko perhaps, because this dojo is now being upgraded to tier 2. I have to say this is quite safe now with flak troopers as well, so you don't need to bother yourself with. This scout, however, can tell a lot of the Alvin. Soon you will see as well, like Kingoni and Way Force Artery will soon be visible on the field, but still, well, this is a determination. Still goes for the oil derrick. Like, if anything is going to give income, it should belong to me, not to you. And even for a successful economy harassment, Alvin still can hold his ground and go for tier 3 with 2 refineries. Now everything else has been taken that can be taken by Orbiek. And this is a cute attempt, by the way. 3 hammer tanks, 2 bullfrogs. Has no idea what's waiting Orbiek on Alvin's base. So at this point you need a loss of air power. If you can't outmaneuver such an army, but you're still pumping out hammer tanks. If only you could see what he has, that would be much better for you. The best part is at least this refinery can be taken. And bullfrogs are close as well. Also, this garrison has been emptied, but my man, I think you should use it on this Kingoni. Okay, time to go back. Take the collector and go back. And his army, the rest of the army is just making a Q move because after all it's very strong. But perhaps if you can only use it on the Yuriko, I mean use your garrisons to attack Yuriko, try to deal as much as damage you can. MCV is, well, soon to be taken away. I mean there is no way this MCV can be used, saved. Nothing else on the field as well that can help. But well, taking down at least Wave Force Artery is something, but these hammer tanks will soon destroy. I mean, Yuriko is over there as well. Yes, MCV, I think it was sold off. You lost the opportunity. I mean, while they're passing here, you can at least deal some damage. Well, at least he had some Tomb Blades. Yuriko has been sniped very nicely. And Kingoni is now infected and can't do much. I mean, this attacking army needs some armor. And Alvinte didn't bring any of it. Well, any naval yard or anything. I think this is it. No production. Obik has no production. Does he? Okay, he has only barracks. but I don't think that will do anything for him. Ah yes, he has airfield, but that airfield will soon go over for nothing. This terror drone is doing lots of trouble, for the Alvin at least. Okay, these conscripts are going to do anything. Maybe taking down the striker VX. Okay, MVP conscript. Simple. But here's the thing. What are you going to do with just simple barracks? You don't have anything else in this game. Okay, you have Tomb Blades, but it's a matter of seconds that you can lose all of them. And the worst, the guy can make lots of Yurikos, which he already did. I mean, you sniped it, which is nice. You also have 5 hammer tanks, but you need an ungodly levels of luck and the micro to steal Wave Force artillery weapons, maybe some Striker VX weapons, toggle them very nicely, use them all. Now, Obiek is utilizing the maneuverability of the Soviet Air Forces. He knows that he knows the Alvin is tier 3. So this means he just doesn't really want to bother spamming lots of Tengus with at least tier 3 Mecha Bay. So he just flies around, takes some collectors, because he knows that our guy is not pumping out high tier units. He's not getting Tengus or VXs. The only problem is Obiek can now only get infantry. So he's getting lots of bears, knowing that Alvin can always make some Yuriko, and only with bears he can take down the Yuriko. And he has to micro them as well. I think right now Obiek should be very rich, and Alvin is very poor. Well, here's the best part, perhaps. He still has a 1 bullfrog. Oh, okay. Maybe that's a tactical feint. The only hammer tank. Oh, the Defender Core. Just move next to it. Prevent it deployed. Anyway, that was made. Well, that's a lot of flak troopers. It can perhaps pay off. But right now, my friend, is for you to go back. Also, you can just simply set... Oh. Oh! The Wave Force. The Wave Force artillery. Okay, that's an interesting... So many units have been dropped, but these... Ooh, shredding and decimating all of the Empire units. These flak troopers are really paying them themselves. Just now... Okay, this hammer tank takes the last... hitting damage to the King Oni, so he gets a veterancy, but you can use this Tengu, which is star rank. I mean, takes down the flak trooper, which has a veterancy, and this flak trooper takes down this VX. Now the base is empty, and so many bears. I imagine you're having lots of Mecha Tengu and flying down, and then just dropping over this, and that's the problem. Now you use all of your flak troopers for this strike, which actually very nice. That was unexpected. But now your base is empty, and this bullfrog comes to save the day, but he's not enough. Tesla troopers are arriving, which is nice. It will take a lot of time. I mean, the numbers of the infantry is just swelling. He's just pumping endless amount of infantry. So here's the thing. Just send some suicidal VXs over here and this game will be over. The Obiek has only this barracks. But here's the thing. Obiek has 18,000 credit because the guy can't spend. He just can't spend his money. And Alvin right now can only do one thing. And that is getting Tengus. Because he knows that our guy has lost all of his Tomb Blade, I guess. I don't see any Tomb Blades nearby. So at this point, the only answer is like he can spam lots of engineers and I hope to capture this MCV force him to quit perhaps. Alvin is one of those players that he just refuses to lose. He played until the very bitter end. The guy never just quits, he always tries to win, pulls some tricks. Now this VX is all empty to deal damage to this ore refinery. Also 2 Tengus are also on the skies. This collector try to deal as much as damage to this infantry army. So, okay, power plant, but I don't think... Okay, he has money, which is nice. He can still get some collectors and refineries. But the only issue is he is doing what he had to do long time ago. Okay, you have some engineers. Do not move your engineers away. Do not move your engineers away. You can repair your building. You can repair your build. Oh, that's too late. Well. Ah, my man, you tried your best really, and you lose like this. If only he had anything else, our man could have won it. He had the game. That twin blade drop was fantastic. But now he will lose everything. A handful of... Well, VX is down, that's something. But still he has one more VX to deal with. And honestly speaking, I would rather sell this refinery. Because dealing with a star rank Chopper VX at this situation is a bit more difficult. Also, these Tesla troopers are now moving forward. You could sell. Okay, there are so many bears. So I think the strategy is very simple. At this point, he needs to have one Tengu. He will spam lots of bears. And he will prevent him to deploy on sea with these bears. Which is quite possible. Right. Well, you tried, my friend. Okay. So there are so many flag troopers, which is nice. A bit late. I mean, our guy now tanking 30,000 credits. Once again, he can't spend. And he has lost his barracks. So these are the only units he has. So this is the over. Obiek can't reach to the seas. But eventually he can actually deploy his own refineries over the sea, these expansions, and win this game. So at this point, I don't think he can win. I don't think Obiek can win this one. It's impossible. The only best part is this flag cannon is here, so a VX can't just come here and take down these units, buildings as well. And then, well, insult to injury, point defense drones, as if Obiek has something to kill them. Now the only game you can do is just, I think, waiting. So we shall wait. It was quite unlucky for him to have the MCV deployed and stayed here. He could save it at least, because his army, I mean, Alvin's army was a land army as well, and he didn't have lots of VXs or Tengus. It was mostly of tier 3 units, like King Oni and Waveforce Artillery and Yuriko. Okay, our guy is now... What is he doing? So you can at least invest on Paradrop supplies, and that's the desperation. And this is the most desperate situation you can possibly have. Okay, you're making so many collectors, which is nice, but you are not Empire. They are not capable of attacking. And I think this observation post will... Yes, he gives it sights. And here's the big play. Like, if somehow or anyhow Obiek infects these collectors coming from the refinery core, he can't now build the new ones. because Alvin does not have any kind of money left.
Generator core.
Converse, now he is spending on a generator core, which is not a very wise idea. He must have at least invested on dock score. He's okay, what are you trying? One thing Obiek can do is issue a friendly fire on these collectors to try to harvest some terror drones. Well, that's too late actually. Right now he's getting a dog scar. So all we get to see is some... Ah, that was a distraction game. Oh man. But still you had protocol power. You can actually destroy your own collectors to see if you can get some handful of terror drones. All you need to have 4 terror drones. And you could do something. You could steal some buildings perhaps with that last engineer you had. Anyway, GG for both of the players. That was very nice. Hopefully we will see more games like this.